Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to finally have caught up with Savannah Marshall. Savannah, I've been texting you all day, but for some reason I've got the wrong number. But yeah, we've made it. But press conference yesterday, you're weighed in, you're refueled, ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I am. This week has just flew. Seems like 2 minutes. We just arrived for the open workout before you know it's Thursday night. Sorry, Friday night. Friday night, yeah. So fighting tomorrow, and I'm ready to go.
Talking about, well, obviously Claressa Shields rocked up today. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about Femke Hermans. Tough opponent. She's coming at the press conference yesterday. She's excited to become a two-weight world champion. She's talking a good game. She's ready. We've seen her that she's never been stopped before. You've got that high KO ratio. Just talking about the fight itself. How tough is Femke Hermans?
Definitely. She's my hardest fight to date. 100%. She's a former world champion, reigning European champion. She's only ever been beat off. She boxed Elin Sideros, the super middleweight world champion. She boxed Lisa Napoleon, who also beat her, and obviously Claressa. She's only ever been beat off top girls.
Never been stopped though. Again, there's a lot made on that punching power. There was those 9 knockouts in that 11 fights. I think Sky or Boxer put up a graphic on Instagram. You're the highest KO ratio in all of women's boxing at 80%. Can you do the business and stop Hermans on tomorrow night?
To be honest, that's what everyone's been talking about, but I never ever go in there thinking I'm going to knock you out. I've never thought that. It's one of them where if it comes, it comes. Like I said, Femke is a tough woman. Tough woman. So I'm expecting a hard fight on Saturday.
Do you have to sort of make a statement of the fact that Claressa Shields will be ringside, and you do share a common opponent in Hannah Rankin? This is going to be your second, I believe, your second shared opponent. Third shared opponent. Do you have to, obviously with her being ringside and now the fight is, we're almost there, the fight is almost made, do you almost have to put a little statement and show Claressa Shields that I've gone one better than you? No,
not at all. I've got asked this today, but no, not at all. I don't box to impress Claressa. I think she's impressed already, so no, not at all.
Let's talk about it. She rocked up at the weigh-in today. Did you have any idea she was going to come? I heard that she was going to be there ringside. I didn't know she was going to come to the weigh-in today. Were you a little surprised when she showed up?
To be honest, I thought she might have been there on Wednesday for the open workout. She loves to get her neck in. So I was a bit surprised she hadn't been there since the start of the week. But yeah, she turned up. I knew she was coming anyway, so it is what it is.
I spoke to her today and I asked her, obviously, again, you're probably not going to make much of your punching power, but I did mention your punching power, your knockouts and her slick style. Is this like the traditional, the old puncher versus boxer sort of style fight when you two fight?
Well, yeah, it's quite evident that she's not a puncher. I can punch. She's got fast hands. You know, people say I'm not as fast as her, so we've got two very contrasting styles, and the only way we're going to find out was when we both fight.
She did reference the pillow fist, and she said, I'm paraphrasing here, so I'm probably going to do the quotes on the interview anyway. She did say something about, I'll show you pillow fist because you will be hitting the pillow. So she's coming to knock you out. She said, what have you got? Have you got a response for that?
What did she say?
She said she'll be hitting the pillow. She's got pillow fist, but you'll be hitting the pillow when she knocks you out. So along them words.
Like the shape she's going to be in, all fleshy. Well, she said it. I mean, what a crap statement.
She's come over, she's flown all the way from the US to Newcastle, not your home city, but your home area in the northeast. Is that an intent for the fans and everyone to look at this and be like, Claressa Shields next if you get the business done on Saturday?
Yeah, 100%, obviously, and I think obviously I went, she boxed Emma Cousin in Cardiff, and I was invited down to watch. Obviously I upset her a bit, and do you know what, afterwards I did think, no, what she set out what she intended to do. She won. My opinion, it was a pretty boring fight, and I rattled her cage, and I think, you know, there's after you've won, you'd be on crowd 9, and I just totally destroyed that for her. So I think she's a bit like that, isn't she? She'll be coming over here to try and rattle my cage and try and drag me down, but what can she say? What she's already said. It's, and the things she comes out with, I just think, God, I just don't know who's talking to her, who she knocks about with, but the rubbish she comes out with is unbelievable.
When Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano that fight got made, and you've seen how quickly the tickets sold out, headlining the Madison Square Garden, the hype behind that, everyone's behind that fight and excited about that fight. Again, when you started women's boxing, did you ever think that you'd be involved in a fight similar to that? Because obviously you against Claressa Shields is probably as big, if not me, some people might think it's bigger because the history that you two have got and the grudge match that's between you and Claressa Shields. So did you ever think that when you started boxing all them years ago as a young girl, probably the only girl in the gym I believe down in Hartlepool, did you ever think that you'd be like in a mega fight of this size?
No, never. I remember when I turned pro, obviously I think Claressa was already world champion when I turned pro, or I don't know what, she'd won something, and I did always think, well, I knew our paths would cross again. I think about my third fight as a pro, I got offered the fight with Claressa, and I remember Peter pulling me in the gym and saying, Claressa's team have been on the phone and they've offered the fight. He went, but we're not going to take it, because why would you take it? You're not a world champion. You know, she's not that big over here. No one knows who you are, so let's build it up properly, both get paid properly, and then it'll become a mega fight for women's boxing, and it's on the fringe of becoming that.
Well, since you said it then, let's talk about it. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields, which is bigger?
Well, for me, I think at the moment, I think female boxing in the UK is bigger in the UK than America. I think now back in the day, it used to be everyone wanted to go to America. Now you've got American female boxers wanting to come over here. You had Alicia Baumgardner. I know that Michaela May wants to come over here and fight. Obviously, Claressa said she'll come here. So for me, of course, I'm going to say me and Claressa. I don't know a lot about Amanda Serrano. I've seen her like her knockouts and things like that, but I've never really watched her. I know she was involved with MMA, and Katie's, you know, the legend in herself. So I know it'll be an amazing fight, but I don't know that much about Amanda, so I'm going to go with Katie anyway.
Do you have a message for Claressa if she sees this interview? Obviously, you're going to have some words if you win your fight. I'm guessing she's going to do what you did and jump in that ring and give you an earful. But have you got a message for her if she watches this?
She probably will. I'm looking to put her on for sure, and I'll show her what real power is.
Again, back to the fight then. Again, we can't take our eye off the ball. I'm pretty sure Peter's behind me still. Yes, he is. He will have you focus 100% on Femke Hermans. So, again, Northeast, that crowd is unreal. You heard it here last time when you headlined. You're headlining again in the Northeast. So what can the fans expect from Savannah Marshall?
I'm not stupid, I'm not daft. I know I've got a tough fight in Femke. And I think it's been a little bit disrespectful to her, because even at the press conference it was all about Claressa. Everyone was talking about Claressa, and I remember thinking, you know, if the boot was on the other foot and I was Femke, I'd be thinking, hang on a minute, you know, I haven't come up here to make the numbers, and I don't believe she has. I know what Femke is about, I know what she does. I know she's a tough woman, so I'm expecting a tough fight, and I've left no stone unturned. I haven't overlooked Femke. Like I said, I'm expecting a tough fight.
Interesting you said that. I know I said that was the last question, but it's interesting you said that, because I said to Femke yesterday when I interviewed her, I said, there's a lot of talk about Claressa Shields, you're the forgotten woman today. And I said that to her, I said, do you think that maybe Savannah maybe took her eye off the ball? And she went, I hope not. I hope she hasn't took her eye off me, because it'll be her mistake.
I agree. And people have asked, how can you focus on, you know, Femke when all anyone's talking about is Claressa? But the thing is, Claressa's been there for the past 4 or 5 years. Every interview I've done, it's Claressa, and you know, in a way, it's built up that rivalry. And I've always had to remain focused. I've never overlooked her opponent, and I never will. Like I said, she's a former world champion. She was a WBO belt holder, so you know, I know she's coming to get that belt back, but she's not getting it.
Savannah, good luck tomorrow night. I'll be there ringside watching as always, so thank you so much for doing this IFL TV, and I'm glad I finally got a hold of you. I've got your number now, girl, so you can't hide.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew.
Cheers, Savannah, thank you.